Hey everybody, welcome to this cycle. So my big question was, how do we learn? And one of the questions I was focusing on specifically was, how can I apply the process of repentance to the process of learning? And when I was thinking about that question, what I was intending was to be able to think about the process of repentance and also think about the process of learning. Because often when we perform our repentance for whatever it may be in our lives, I strongly feel that repentance in and of itself is a process of learning. And I decided to make a couple lists of the various characteristics that I felt belonged to each of those aspects of repentance in of itself and learning. And I realized that they go very close together and they tie very closely together. And so as I further was thinking about learning for myself, I realized that there are some areas of and methods of learning that I am actually weaker with, specifically auditory learning. And while visual and writing and reading are often more my stronger points, and then kinesthetic is kind of so-so for me. But one of the things that our peers said to me was, as long as you're continuing your learning in whatever it may be, like school, the gospel, or life in general, there are always going to be people who have fresh ideas on teaching something to others in a different way. Having an open mind and not becoming complacent where you are will really help you branch out to learn new methods. And I just wanted to give a shout out and a thank you for that thought. And I totally agree that being open to new ideas will allow us to uh, get onto that path of learning and seeking knowledge. So there's a couple other things that I was thinking about when I was thinking about my weaknesses or my weaker areas of learning. And one of the things I realized was that I do need to have patience with myself, and that by practice, I will be able to strengthen those weaker learning areas. And I have started to make a goal, and I remember, and for me it is important to set goals. And so I have set a goal for this next semester to pick a class and research auditory methods of learning, to practice those throughout that class during the next semester. And then my final question that I wanted to share with you was just, will my personal style of learning be reflected in the way that I teach? And just thinking about it, yes, I feel like affirmatively that those learning methods will be shown in the way that I teach, as I try to help students strengthen their weaker areas of learning, or even show them what their strengths are. And I just want to close up with a really neat quote that one of our professors gave in last week's devotional, when he said, "Repetition is a law of learning. Repetition is a process of perfection." And I love that, the hope that brings, that as we practice and learn little by little and just keep trying every day, that eventually we will get to where we need to be. And I hope that we can help our students in a similar way as well. I just want to leave that with you, and hope you have a good week. Bye.